Hi, just doing a quick one today. I've had a couple weeks off, feeling great. Took a cheeky break, a getaway, which was fantastic. Spent some time with loved ones, went out for a wonderful steak dinner with friends in the city at a pub called the Black Bull. And it was so good. It was really so good. The building actually used to be a nightclub that I used to go to back in the day, so it was a little bit nostalgic going there. Good old Club 58. Some good memories there. I've still upkept with my therapy sessions. I just haven't been doing my reflecting at the end, my video diary. But today is Therapy Thursday. I am reflecting on the last 2 weeks. Focuses for those sessions were forgiveness and anger management. So I'll talk about forgiveness first. Forgiveness is something that we do so that we can move on and we can forgive other people, and we can also forgive ourselves. And when we don't forgive, we hold on to feelings like guilt, shame, anger, resentment, just general negativity, and that negativity is carried on with you to other areas of your life. Forgiveness is a choice. It's not always easy. It's not always an easy choice, but it is quite often the right choice. It means that you are setting the boundary and you no longer have to carry those negative feelings with you. You don't even have to tell a person that you are forgiving them for something that they might have done in the past that was hurtful, because it's not for them, it's for you. You absolutely can tell them if you want to, but keep in mind that that can start a whole new conversation that might not be a positive one. The main principle is not letting hurtful things affect you. There's plenty of ways that you can do that. You can speak up sooner if someone's doing something that you don't like or that's hurtful towards you. Recognize when you might be the problem, check yourself, and learn from it, and learn to let things go when you need to. Don't be afraid to cut people off. Don't be afraid to see the red flags when they appear, and decide if that is behavior that you want in your life. Decide if that person is a person that you want in your life. You have the beauty of choice in this situation. In any situation, you can choose who you associate with and choose who you don't want to associate with. Sometimes the decision, again, isn't easy. Like sometimes the person that you are wanting to forgive might be a family member and you don't have a means to avoid them, or they might be someone in your workplace, they might even be your supervisor or your boss. Again, you need to make a decision that is best for you, and don't base it on your feelings. Don't base it on how you feel about that person. So just have some self-compassion when it is yourself that you are trying to forgive. Maybe you did something in the past that you're not really proud of, and now you can recognize that behavior wasn't really in line with your values. It's something that you would never do now, knowing what you know now, but back at that time and place, you made the best decision that you could with the information that you had at the time, or the emotional immaturity that you had. For me personally, there's a few people that come to mind for me when I think about forgiveness. Very big events that happened in my life. The first one that comes to my mind is probably my mum and my dad, because this is such a big defining factor of who I am as a person. It's really hard for me to want to delve into it and fully unpack it, because I know it's gonna hurt. I know the floodgates, when they open, it's just gonna... I don't have any tissues with me in the car today because I just forgot. And I keep saying I don't want to get into this, but I'm going to have to eventually. I'm obviously very avoidant because I can foresee the hurt, and it's like once a scar has kind of healed, you don't want to open it up again. Even if there is some gravel or something stuck in there, you are obviously going to be hesitant to want to reopen the wound and clean it out properly. Even though you know it could get infected, you want to avoid that hurt as much as you can. So it's a not It's not a good one for me. My mum's also a narcissist. I hate saying that word, but she really is. There's just so much to unpack with that one that I don't know if I would delve into anything today with that. My dad also comes to mind. And for dad, the forgiveness is based around expectations that I would have of a father. And I don't think they're unreasonable expectations. The father will protect. The father will keep their son or daughter safe. A father is a provider. Again, there's more that I need to unpack with that. But I have my workbook now, and I'm going to read some chapters in there to kind of help me navigate. I really don't even know what I'm getting into here, and I'm definitely going to need a level of support getting into the family stuff. There's another person in my family that I would like to forgive, but also like to ask forgiveness of, and that is my sister. She is 4 years older than me, and I've always looked up to her. And because my mum wasn't the best mother in a lot of ways, being the eldest child took on a lot of the mothering role. And she's always, even now, we're in our 30s, and she still, to this day, takes on a somewhat motherly role in our interactions. I'm not saying that's necessarily healthy. I'm just saying that that's how it is in our family, and that's how it always has been, and I don't see it changing much, ever. But I fear that when I ask her for forgiveness for one of the major ones, I don't know if I can say at the moment, because it's to do with I need to be careful what I'm saying here, because I know that I can be flagged for mentioning things like SA. And I'll let you figure out what the S and the A stands for. It's not hard to figure out, but imagine it in the scenario of an older male and an underage female. I need to be careful what I'm saying here. But my fear is that when I speak with my sister about this and ask for a level of forgiveness or understanding from her, she's not going to see it from my perspective, and she's going to see me as the problem or the instigator, no matter what. It's not a good feeling. So this is stuff that has been suppressed for about 20 years. And it quite possibly will end up involving police. So understandably, I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying, because I don't want to impede any investigation that may need to occur. I am not feeling good. Not at all. Today's the kicker. The last 2 weeks have actually been really fun. We went and stayed in a cozy little cabin. We went to the zoo, which I absolutely love animals, and I want to be a vet one day. So it was great for me to see some exotic animals and spend some time with people and laugh and smile and enjoy and breathe some fresh air. Relationship-wise, I'm at a stage in my life where I've been single for a little bit of time, but so I'm obviously talking about past relationships. In terms of forgiveness, there's definitely things that I would ask for forgiveness for, stupid things that I did. And definitely things that I will seek to forgive other people for. And in terms of friendships, I'm really lucky that the close friends that I have, we have such a relationship that it's not a big task to ask for forgiveness, and there's a level of respect there that goes both ways, where there really isn't many things that I can think would require forgiveness. A few weeks ago, I was talking about a friend of mine who was going through it and kind of blocked me out a little bit. And it's not that I would ask for forgiveness, it's just I really would like to have a better understanding of that person and be there for them as best I can. But it's sort of taken a turn that I need to do a bit of self-reflection, recognize, you know what, maybe you can't help this person, maybe you're not what they need or what they want. Stop having this sense of grandeur that you are going to be the positive impact on this person's life, because that may very well not be the case. A few weeks ago, you probably remember me talking about a couple that kept coming to me for help in terms of their relationship, and I've been in contact with both of them. They are no longer together, so I feel sad for them. At the same time, they had a very toxic companionship. From my perspective, it really looks like their relationship has just run its course. The respect is no longer the two-way street. It's very, very evident. That kind of ties into the next point that I want to reflect on, which is the anger management. The male of the couple, I have been friends with this person for a very long time. Our families were friends when we were kids, so we used to go to their house and they would come to our house and we would, hang out with them as kids. And I always thought that it was really fun going to their house because they had a Super Nintendo. Or was it Nintendo? One of them, and we didn't have that. And so it was always super fun when we went there. And I have really good memories of hanging out with them as kids, because my little brother was alive then. He passed away many years ago now, so I obviously hold those memories very dear. As an adult, this gentleman is really struggling. It's a direct reflection of his relationship breaking down, but the anger management thing is like something that I sometimes tend to take the tough love approach. I have said literally the words to him, like, you need to sort your shit out. Time to, pull your socks up kind of thing. Go get the tough love approach from my mum. Again, I'm not saying that it's right or healthy. It's just something that maybe I need to work on. I really don't know how effective it is. And I feel like I don't want to be known as the tough one. I want to be known as the caring one. Like, I feel like I could approach it with more of a degree of tenderness and caring and love. He's very off and on. 1 second he's sad, then it's almost like the resentment builds because his thoughts are affecting his mood to the point where he recognizes all the negative things and the way he's been treated and he doesn't like it. Suddenly changes just like that. It's almost triggering for me because of the abusive relationships that I've had in my life. I just don't know really how to change it just yet. I try and look at it, if that was me in that situation, what would I need? The only thing I can really come up with when I sit and think is just patience and someone to lean on. Time. I honestly feel like time is the big one. I think when you're on your healing journey, it's very important that you walk, not run through it. It's been, how many weeks now? We're in week 9 of therapy, so it's nearly 10 weeks of therapy and I'm already feeling much, much better. But I'm going to continue with it anyway. Just because I'm feeling better doesn't mean I've successfully solved every single one of life's problems. There's bound to be more problems coming up. It's just normal part of life. I want to make sure I am doing what I can to heal and be prepared for whatever life's going to throw at me next. It's important to have those markers in your life so that you can look back to see how much you've grown. It's also about self-reflection and self-compassion and understanding yourself. Time really does heal all things. Don't be afraid to sit and take the time that you need. I've also been planning some more trips away, so the next few weeks I may miss a week here and there as well with my therapy diary. Sorry about it. I don't think anyone will even notice, but I want to go get my 4-wheel drive tyres off the Prado. I got a roof rack basket so that we can fit all the camping on the roof, and we've got a big long list of destinations that we want to get away to. I'm not quite sure if I would include that in my therapy diary, but you know what, if I feel like it, I'm gonna. So look forward to coming on some adventures with me. We're just coming into like the end of winter, the start of spring, so the weather is about to start being much nicer. It's been a bit cold lately. Things are starting to warm up, so that's the time that I really want to get away and get out there and just feel better and live better. So bye.